This is me refusing to stay silent. This is me using what I have left to build something real.
Let's get into the video, then we'll check the comments out after.
I'm 40 and I wasted my life. I've got nothing to show for it. No house, no savings, no career that I'm proud of. I'm pouring everything that I have into this channel because I've got nothing else. And if you're in your 20s or even your early 30s and you think you've got time, I'm telling you right now, you don't.
Mm.
I wish I had someone in my life when I was younger, someone who actually cared enough about me and was smart enough to show me how life really worked.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are at a disadvantage because like they don't have parents that might show them, okay, like this is what you should do when you turn this age. Like, for example, my dad helped me build my credit when I was 18. He was like, I got my first job. He was like, okay, you're already paying for gas, you're already paying for food. Why not get a small credit card and use that to try and build a credit line and get some history going? So it's like, oh, okay, that's a good idea. And he helped me build my credit up. And then from there, he was giving me advice on like how to invest, what I could invest in, um, mixed in with like YouTube advice. And then he's still helping me to this day. Like he's helping me get a career, all that stuff. Like it's really beneficial to have someone in your corner that like really locks in and helps you out.
How women really operated and what I actually needed to focus on. I didn't have that. I was getting all of my ideas about love and success and women from movies and idiots my own age who didn't know anything at all.
That's a great point. I'm gonna try not to pause it way too much. I'm gonna try to kind of save what I have to say towards the end of the video so you guys can really hear what he has to say. But the point he just brought up was great. He said that he was listening to a lot of people his age and a lot of people from like movies and stuff. Obviously, one, movies are a lot of it is facetious. A lot of that stuff doesn't really happen. Like obviously we know movies are pretty fictional for the most part, even if it's based on a true story or based on this and this and that. There can be truth in movies, but not as much as someone that's already lived through it. And that ties into what I'm going to say next. Like if you're getting advice from people your age, yeah, it can be helpful. But you really want to look towards people that are older than you. Um, like for instance, like my dad. Obviously, he's older than me because he made me. He's older than me, so he's got a lot of life experience, and that's the benefit of talking to people that are older than you. They probably had time to make those mistakes, and they're like, okay, how do I fix it? And throughout their life, they've probably fixed those mistakes. But the key point we want to hone in on is they're older than us, so they've had more experience on this earth, and they've obviously made mistakes. No human is perfect. So the fact that they have all that knowledge and they can tell you, okay, I made this mistake, so you don't have to. And all you have to do is listen to them and try to implement what they're telling you. Bro, it's so beneficial. Like it's cool to have friends that are wise for the age. Friends around your age, that's perfectly normal. That's perfectly fine. But don't let them drag you down to the point where you don't take input from anyone other than them. Like I would be seeking out people that are older than you because they've lived obviously longer. Um, Ben said there was a king of Israel mentioned in the Bible. He listened to his friends over the elders. That king is now considered one of the evil kings of Israel. There you go. I mean, there's tons of examples in the Bible of this, right? So it's this is a topic I really care about because, like, obviously I'm 22. I don't want to be like this. No offense to this gentleman here. I'm sure he's doing what he can to rectify this, but I don't want to be like this where I'm going back on my life and thinking about like, dang, what have I done? What do I have to show for me being 40 and all these jobs I've acquired? Like, what have I done? You know what I mean? Like, I want to have something. I'm not saying everything needs to be materialistic and I have to be solely focused on that. Because obviously, when we pass away, bro, we're not taking that to heaven. We're not taking that. Like, none of that stuff's coming up with us, bro. It's only you and your soul. That's all that's going up to heaven. So we're not even taking our bodies. We're gonna have a whole new body. So what's the point of solely focusing on that, right?
So there was no sense of urgency, no perspective, just just vibes and dumb plans, and this fantasy that everything would somehow work itself out, and it didn't. In my 20s, I thought I was, super deep and cool, and because I had tattoos, and I knew some obscure bands, and you know played drums, and I thought being different was a personality. I wasn't building anything real. I was just chasing sex and novelty, hooking up with women because I was addicted to the high, not the connection, just the rush. I spent more time crushing on church girls who didn't like me, and hanging out at coffee shops and smoking cigarettes, uh, drinking lattes, and going to hardcore shows. I did more of that than I did doing anything that would help me long term. I mean, at 23, I was playing ding dong ditch with my friends, like I was 13 again, thinking it was hilarious, which it was. But fun times. But I wasted so many hours just trying to get validation from people who didn't care if I lived or died. At the end of the day, I
Yeah, that's a great point. I know I said I wouldn't pause it as much, but um, that's a good point. Like, a lot of us care about what other people think to the point where it either causes us to fear what we really want to do, like streaming. Bro, I was trying to get into like plumbing, HVAC, all that stuff. And I had one of my teachers tell me, like, because I told him, hey, this is what I really want to do, but this job seems really, really cool too. Like, I'm pursuing both. And he's like, well, it's time for you to get a real job. That's what he told me. He said, it's time for you to get a real job. I'm like, bro, what? Like, that's how you feel about the streaming side of things? Like, are you kidding me? So that really changed my perspective on things. It kind of ties back into what I was saying earlier. Like, no one really, no one really cares, if that makes sense. Like, bro, you just do what you want to an extent. I mean, within reason. Like, obviously, don't go doing crazy stuff that the Bible tells you not to do, but do what you want. Just take a risk. That's the benefit of us being young. Like, everyone in this stream, I pretty much know all you guys, right? I know some of you more personally than others, but we're all young at this point in time. Bro, just try stuff. Like, it's not gonna kill you. Maybe it will. But like, just try stuff. Like, I'm literally just going to try everything possible to get to a point where I'm not this fate where I'm 40 and I'm like, dude, having a midlife crisis, like, dude, I don't have enough funds to even like really live. I'm still living with my parents. Like, I don't want that, bro. I really don't.
I thought my life was meaningful because it looked cool in photos, looked cool on MySpace. But, all I was doing was burning through the most valuable years of my life. The years where I had the most energy, the most flexibility, and the most time to build something meaningful. Nobody told me I was wasting it. Nobody. And when the world sees you drifting, it doesn't intervene. It just keeps feeding you distraction after
Yeah,
distraction, lie after
so true.
lie,
So
while
true.
profiting off of your blindness and ignorance.
It's literally like TikTok, YouTube, all that stuff.
And
Just
then fast forward
distractions.
into my late 20s, um, you know, then I got into a relationship that wrecked my life. She got pregnant and everything changed. And I love my son. I would never undo that. But that relationship, it was a disaster. I did not know how to choose wisely at all. I confused chaos and passion and intensity with love, because no one ever taught me the difference.
That's why I need role models, man.
I thought it was normal for things to be dramatic and unpredictable. I thought that meant we were meant to be or something. I don't know. But I don't know what was going on, but instead I ended up in family court fighting for time with my own son, treated like an intruder and a criminal for wanting to be a father. And then in my 30s, you know, I mean, my 30s weren't the best years of my life. You know, you hear that a lot. Your 30s will be the best years of your life, 30s and 40s. 30s were a nightmare. I was broke. I was depressed. I was isolated, missing my son constantly, and dealing with games and lies and schemes my ex would pull to destroy the bond between me and my son. I wasn't just dealing with grief. I was dealing with a system that didn't care if I disappeared. A few times I, in the midst of all that, tried to date again. I finally started to see what I'd been blind to in my 20s. I was no longer that 27-year-old stuck in a 500 days of summer mindset, falling for manic pixie dream girls, just because they liked the Shins too. Now I saw the red flags clearly. Girls with baby rabies, daddy issues, manipulation, all of it. I could spot it instantly. I was like a bloodhound for that kind of thing. Easy to detect now.
SMH, bro.
That's the part that stings the most. Now I'm 40. I hate my job. But it's not just that. I'm disillusioned by the world. Once you see how everything really works, how broken it all is, you cannot unsee it. Everything feels fake. The economy is a scam. Inflation is gutting families. People are more isolated than ever before. No one's honest. No one's fulfilled. And there's a deep apathy baked into everything now.
Whoa. W Ben for the sub. Let's give it up, bro. Hold on. Do we got a sound for that? We do.
Thank you.
That's why I'm here.
I'll fix that.
This isn't a content hobby for me. This is me refusing to stay silent. This is me using what I have left to build something real.
Okay, so that's a great point, right? So kind of backtracking to what he was saying earlier, he said that he's basically saying he's fed up, right? He's starting to realize, okay, this is what the world is. He's kind of breaking the fourth wall, if you will, right? So he's gotten to a point where he's getting fed up with inflation, the economy, et cetera, dating, marketplace, all that stuff, right? He's literally come to a place where he's like, bro, enough is enough. Like, I have to do something about this. And it's really cool to see that. Like, this channel, I guess, from what I'm gathering, is what he is. It's like his last ditch effort. Because he has a son. He has to make money, right? So he said he hates his job. He said it himself. He's probably trying to use this to supplement that income to the point where he can still take care of himself and his family, but do something he actually enjoys. So this is really cool to see. Like, it's really encouraging to see other people try and do this, like change their life trajectory, really get things back on track, and just get away from feeling so sorry for yourself. Because there are so many opportunities in life, right? Like, if something doesn't work out, bro, there's 50 other opportunities you could do. Like, trust me, I have learned that firsthand multiple times. Like, it's not the end of the road, it's not the end of the world. If you're not dead, you're still in it. You're still in the fight. So bravo to this guy, man. I mean, he's doing his
because
thing.
The clock is ticking. And also,
WZ.
if I die before I can tell my son any of this, before he can know, I mean, he's almost 11, but I want my son to know that his dad didn't just give up, that I fought very hard and went through a lot, and that I bled in silence. That I fought to stay in his life tooth and nail. I fought to become something that he could be proud of, and I fought against a system that was way bigger than myself, that tried to break me. And so this channel, Dad Mode and Dark Mode, is part of that fight. It's my record. It's my time
Literally what I was
capsule,
just
my
saying.
legacy. It's my proof that I didn't just drift off into silence
I like that, dude.
and was just passive. And I hope one day when he's ready, he'll understand all of this.
I think that's a good place to stop the video. I'm not going to go through and watch the rest. I feel like we've gotten a good gist of what he's trying to say. I will sub up though. Like this is incredible. I'm pretty sure this dude was at like 15K when I saw Don like scrolling through when he was reading the title. So, I mean, this is incredible. His channel's growing. He's doing his thing. Shout out to Dad Mode and Dark Mode. If you want to see other topics like this, I would highly recommend you go check him out. But moral of the story is it's really never too late to start stuff. But since, I mean, a lot of my viewers are younger, right? A lot of us are younger. It's pretty obvious, pretty evident. Just use your time wisely, bro. Just start trying stuff. I'm not saying be stupid about trying stuff. Like, be calculated, you know, get yourself to a position where financially it makes sense, emotionally, physically, spiritually, it makes sense for you. But start trying stuff. That's what we have. Like my dad keeps telling me, the greatest thing working for me now is that I have time on my side. And like this dude said in the video, you get to a point where you don't even know where those years went. He's 40 and he's like, I don't even know where my 20s and 30s went. So be swift, be calculated, but just take action and try to do something, bro. Yeah, if you're not, sub up. We're live. Twitch is down in the description. Twitch.tv/justkeon. If you want to see more stuff like this. But yeah.